79-69 over Central Christian here with Coach Vinay Patel. And, Coach, your thoughts on the game today?
Not a day off in the sack, is there? I'll say that. I was really frustrated in the first half. After Saturday, I really thought we'd kind of turn the corner as a team. Got in that first half. We didn't move the basketball. We didn't share the basketball. I thought we played selfish. I thought we were missing a gear. I didn't think we were playing very energetic. Their top two scorers, Osage and Kumanga, have 11 and 10 at halftime, and they're averaging 15 and 14 on the season. So I thought we did a much better job second half coming out. You saw the energy. You saw us clapping. You saw us getting after it defensively. Held those guys to 4 and 5 in the second half. Those two really were our focus at halftime that we talked about. But more than anything, it's frustrating as a coach sometimes to see how good we can be at times with energy, with effort. You saw Elijah come out in the second half and really give us a spark. I can't give that kid enough credit. He hit huge shot after huge shot. Down the stretch when we needed some buckets. We were struggling finding some offense at times because we were turning the ball over, uncharacteristic of some of the stuff we've been doing up to this point. But, really proud of Mark Howell for the second half that he had because I got after him pretty good at halftime and challenged him, and he responded in a very good way. Picked the pace up for us, got it up and down the floor, finished with 8 assists. He leads the league in assists per game, and he had another great night sharing the basketball. So, I know I'm talking a lot and you're not doing much talking, but that was a tough-fought win, and it was one we had to have.
Yeah, that's what I said at the beginning of the game. This feels like that this is a must-win. As silly as that kind of sounds, midway through the conference season, this felt like a must-win game because of positioning in conference standings.
There's no doubt. The awesome thing is hey, last year we won the league with 5 losses. We got 5 losses right now, and we're a game out of second place. Second, third, fourth, fifth all had 4 losses going into tonight, and we were at 5. And so what probably frustrated me the most as a coach is we knew what was going on. We've talked about it during the week. It's on our board. We have a standings board in the locker room. Like, we knew what was at stake tonight. And for us to come out that flat was just frustrating as a coach because, the door should not be open after we had that stretch of losing 4 straight games. It should not be open, especially this early still in league play like it is. But it's anyone's for the taking right now. Wayland's got a couple-game lead, but everybody is right there. And I guarantee you there's 8 teams in the league right now, maybe 9, I think, all saying the same thing in the locker room. You got a chance at a conference championship this year. And where I'm a little bit frustrated is I got, Mark Howell, Eric McCollum, Elijah Chrisman, Tyler Smith. We got guys that are seniors that won a conference championship last year, so they know what it takes. And again, to come out that flat's a little bit frustrating, but give them some credit because they bounced back big time to go and get that game.
You mentioned Elijah's big shot making today. He didn't miss. 6 out of 6 from the floor, 4 of 4 from three-point range, 18 points, also 5 rebounds today. Another big game for Elijah today.
We put a new little action in to get him a couple more shots. I didn't know if it was going to work or not. I liked it when we put it in practice, and we threw it out there a little bit late, and he got 2 shots wide open at the top of the key. That's kind of his favorite spot, and then knocked them both down, especially because we answered one. They hit a big one to put them up 1, and we came right back and answered with another 3 to put us back up by him running that same action. So, good job by him, but great second half by Chris Williams.
Yep.
First 2 baskets scored of the game were on Chris, and he turned the basketball over, and he picks up 2 fouls. So not a very good start for him to the half, and then he responded great in the second half, and on 5 shots gets 17 points. So if we can keep him out there a little bit longer, it'd be nice. But what I'm excited about is you saw Trey Bryant get some spot minutes tonight. You saw Joe Clark get some spot minutes tonight. You saw Kelly Kemp get some spot minutes tonight. They all missed the game basically last week, and dislocated shoulder, and the knee. To have finally a full team suited up is awesome. I think we're a few days to a week away from getting them to full strength, and then let's see what this team can do. And that's the exciting thing for me is we're still getting some good play out of Darion, used him late defensively, came up with a huge rebound at the very end. So I think this team's got a lot of weapons, and I've said that from the start. we're finally going to get to see it hopefully next week, if everyone's in full strength. Knock on wood, nothing happens by then. But it's exciting to at least get them back out there in their jerseys again.
Well, yeah, that was the next thing I was going to bring up. You finally have the option to kind of go a little defense for offense down the stretch, and you did that with Darion and with Elijah Chrisman. Could have also done it with McCollum and Elijah. Either way, it's nice to finally see some options for you on the bench.
Yeah, and, they were putting us in a high ball screen and really trying to drive our bigs late and get us in a switch, kind of in late shot clock. So we went a little smaller, and Elijah's credit. Elijah has done a phenomenal job defensively this year. The whole reason he didn't play the last 2 years is he couldn't guard. And that's me being honest, and Elijah would tell you the same thing. He's figured out a couple things I told him if he wanted to play as a senior he was going to have to do. He's done it. He came out in the second half, did a good job, but we're just trying to stop the clock as well. There's some clock management involved with our substitutions there at the end as well. So, I got full confidence in him defensively as well. But, some of that late was stopping the clock, getting our defense set, putting a little bit more athletic lineup out there. But, yes, it is very nice to actually have some options, more than 7 guys. That's the truth.
You touched on it a little bit, but 51-31 the score in the second half. You guys outscored them by 20 in the second half. What was your message at halftime to the team?
Effort. We didn't talk about anything worth talking about, tell you the truth. We talked about effort and heart, really. That was it. I was disappointed because that's the team we saw in that stretch of 4 games, the team that was feeling sorry for themselves and, hey, we're shorthanded and, hey, blah, 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 blah. And I don't care if we got 6 players or we got 12 players. If we play as hard as we can play with maximal effort, then we're going to give ourselves a chance every single night. And I was frustrated with that in the first half, and I really challenged several guys in the locker room, and we talked about effort more than anything, and only adjustment we said is if 35 caught it on the block, we're going to double team them. Other than that, I don't have anything to say except play harder than what we played, in probably more words than that.
So we've started the stretch of, 5 and 8 days? Is that what it is? 5 games in the next 8 days, 5 and 9
really,
days?
we got
like
8 in 15 or 16 days because we'll play today, obviously, Saturday. Next week we got a 3-game week, and the next week we got a 3-game week. So we'll go Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and then we start it all over again and go Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday again. So we got 7 games remaining. We're going to take it a game at a time. Huge one at Langston, obviously, and they came in here and beat us in the first round of things, and they've got a different team. We've got a different team. I can barely remember the game. It was in November. So, I think both our teams have matured and changed since then. And I'm anxious to get back on the floor tomorrow and start the prep work for them.
All right, Coach, thanks a lot. 79-69, OCU gets the win over